Hello there, refined viewer or listener. Have you ever wanted to write fanfiction, be it angst, fluff, crack, or something completely beyond human comprehension, but not know how to get started? Well, do I have the list for you. In this video, I'll advise you as a professional fanfic writer myself, and I'll show you all the tips and tricks to do what I do. I'll show you the basics like picking a fandom, getting started, staying on task, proofreading, and how to have as much fun as possible in this wacky world of fanfiction. Step 1. Pick a fandom. The first and perhaps the most impactful decision you'll have to make is what fandom you'll write within. There are so many shows and movies, book series, comics, and even plays and musicals with thriving fan communities, making it all the more fun to read and write fanfiction knowing you all share a common passion. It's a great place to meet new people, even if it's just an exchange of compliments or giving some constructive criticism. So sit down and ponder for a bit which piece of media you would like to inject with some of your own brand of style to whatever fandom you pick. Step 2. Pick who you want to include. After picking a fandom, the next step is to pick what you want to include. Lots of popular media with a lot of fanfiction, especially series, have a large cast of characters and several story arcs. This makes it important to choose which character and plot points you want to include. Maybe you want to include the whole cast and do a whole rewrite from the story from beginning to end. Or you just want to pick a few of your favorite characters and make your own canon and have fun with it. The sky's the limit to what you can do in the world of fanfiction. Step 3. Just start writing. Writing anything, be it for school, work, or even for yourself, can be hard to start at times. I'm sure all of us know the feeling of looking at a blank page for half an hour just waiting for the words to appear magically before our eyes, which sadly never happens. This is where my best advice comes from any kind of writing, especially if you're a procrastinator like myself. Just write anything. It doesn't have to be great, it doesn't have to be good, it doesn't even have to be in any kind of order. Just write down something. The more you sit there in a futile staring contest with your paper or computer, it's only going to leave you more stumped than before. So just try something. Getting started is the hardest part, so don't think of it having to be perfect the first time. Just get something on the page and go off and edit and revise it later. I would recommend writing a simple outline of events you want to take place and then building off from there. Think of it like this. If you leave your pen in the same area for too long, you'll just end with a big blob of ink. So start writing! Step 4. Go over it with a friend or a beta reader. This is yet another piece of good writing advice for any situation, but it's always a good idea to have someone else go over it, also known as a beta reader. This is of course good for obvious spelling and grammar errors, but it's also good to go over the parts of your writing that you might have overlooked yourself. Maybe there's a huge problem with the continuity of what time of day it is, maybe you describe a character's eyes as brown instead of green, or perhaps a joke you wrote doesn't make any sense at all, and you were just a bit too into your head. All of these reasons and more are how it can be beneficial for someone else to give your work a look over. I understand that having someone else read your writing can be difficult, especially when something very personal like fanfiction. But I know that if they're a good friend, they're just trying to help you out. Plus, the mild embarrassment of having someone else read your Batman fanfiction is far better than posting it where you spell Ra's al Ghul 20 different ways and none of them correct. Step 5. Stay committed. Finish stuff. Whether you're writing a short and simple 500-word story you could write in an afternoon, or a 50-chapter epic that takes months of your life to complete, try to stay committed as much as you can. Believe me, I know life can very easily get in the way of what you're passionate about, and sometimes you really can't spare the time to focus. But maybe reconsider writing that 300,000-word novel with complex characters and a challenging plot based off the backyardigans, when you're struggling to balance school, basketball, theater, part-time job, and taking care of your cat, Tyrone. You're going to have a lot of very impatient readers if you take months to update. You won't believe how often I've seen writers update notes, talking about how they had the most life-altering events happen to them, plus exams are coming up, plus they had to sell their computer and their phone, so now they're updating from a TI-84 calculator. But the next chapter should still come out on Sunday. But of course, don't sacrifice your life for your fanfiction either. Tyrone needs to be fed, darn it, and it's our job as readers to understand other people's circumstances. Just give them some words of encouragement. Step 6. Just have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Fanfiction isn't supposed to be serious. In the end, this is all about having fun. Write what you care about and just keep going. One of the benefits of writing fanfiction is that we're all here just writing about what we love and building off of it. Sharing our own personal spins on absolutely everything and anything. It makes writing fanfiction so great in the first place. So do the best you can and just have a good time writing. And who knows, you might even brighten someone else's day and inspire them to create, just like you. Step 7. Post to AO3. Well, of course, you can post to whatever fanfic's website. be it Wattpad, fanfiction.net, Tumblr, or whatever other corner of the internet piques your interest. However, AO3 has always been the best in my opinion. Not only does it have a clean and simple design to the whole website, but it also has by far the best tag system, so you can get exactly what you want. This also makes it easier for your work to be found, as the top fics on AO3 are always the most recent by default, giving you your 15 minutes of fame until someone else takes the top few spots. Though this moment might be fleeting, it's just what you needed to get your story off the ground. It gets some hits, comments, and kudos. But wait, there's more. Not only does AO3 have all of these before mentioned features built in, but also, from my personal experience, has the nicest fan community. Almost every fic I see has at least one positive comment saying how much they love what they just read and hope more is coming. Of course, there are always going to be a few bad apples everywhere, but on AO3, almost everyone has something nice to say. Step 8. Watch the praise roll in and the possible hate. While fanfiction is a lot of fun at times, and very much a place for people to just be themselves, some people don't agree with this outlook. There are tons of people out there who criticize your work. Of course, sometimes this can be constructive. Telling you a better comma placement, or the time of day randomly went from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. But people will also just insult you for no reason, not realizing the majority of fanfic is just dumb fun. It can hurt to see comments like that on your work, and it's cliche to say just move on and block them out. But it's true. As I mentioned before, there are a lot of nice people on these websites, and for every hate comment you get, you probably made so many more readers smile with your hilarious Looney Tunes x American Psycho fanfic. And that's why I'm telling all of you guys out there to go out and give raving reviews to what you see in this world. Leave that extraordinarily positive comment with far too many emojis. Like every fic that makes you give out the smallest chuckle, this community is what we make of it. So go out, write, read, laugh, cry, share, and enjoy. And that's the video. Yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you liked the video. I worked very hard on it, even if it might not show at times. But yeah, thank you guys. It really means a lot that anybody's out here watching my stuff. Anybody's out here listening to my advice about stupid fan fiction, but I mean, that's the way it goes, I guess. Yeah, I hope you apply some of this in your fanfic lives, or just found it interesting. I know I do. Yeah, see you guys next time.